Hi everybody, it is Chrissy and I am waiting for a doctor's appointment in the city, and so I had a lot of thoughts on my way to the doctor's appointment, so I thought I had some time. I would actually just do a quick little video. It might not be so quick, but hey. So a couple things came to mind. The first was I recently went to this big book signing, got a bunch of books signed. This weekend we're going to another book signing, not quite so big, and I'll probably come back with a couple books signed. All good. And when I think about it, I was thinking about I one time was getting rid of books because they were taking up a little too much room, and now I've gotten into a phase where I keep getting more books signed, and it's starting to take over my bookshelf in not necessarily a good way. And I started thinking, do I want or need more books signed? And obviously I don't need more. Do I want more? Maybe a few more, but not a ton more. So yeah. The other thing I was thinking about was I recently read this book called BlueFishing by Steve Sims, and in it Steve talks about his job as sort of a bluefish is not to figure out so BlueFishing, Steve is sort of a high-end concierge, so people come to him and with requests of, I want to do, one example he gave was this guy who wanted to meet the band Journey because they'd really influenced him. And what Steve did was he actually spoke to the guy, got to know him, tried to figure out what this guy actually wanted, because I think many of us have had that brief interaction with somebody and said, "Hi, thanks, you mean so much to me." But is that what you're actually looking for? And so what Steve realized he really wanted and ended up delivering was he had him on stage with Journey, playing with Journey. And so when you think about what the request was and what the want was, they're worlds apart. We tend to ask for things that are a lot easier to do than what we actually really want, because they're sometimes such big dreams. So when I go back to this concept of, do I want a signed book? And the answer is once in a while, yes, I do. It's a memento of a moment. It's something that means something to me. It's a memento, though. What I probably really actually want most of the time is a chance to interact with an author, to find out what was behind the book, what makes them tick, how they write, those little things like that. Like, it's not, "Hey, I'm Chrissy and I've read your book and I love your book and it means so much to me, and oh, thank you so much for signing it, and oh wait, the next person's coming because you're a really busy author. All right, thanks, bye." Like, that's not, that's fine, but is that the interaction I travel to another city for, and stay in a hotel? Like, is that what I actually want? Is that what you actually want? And when I think about the book world, and I'm very heavily involved in it, there's this trend toward these big signings, and they're great. You meet other book lovers, you meet authors, you meet all these people. So, and there's a lot of opportunities outside of just that moment at a signing table. But is that the future? Is the future just that brief interaction with an author, or is the future longer, more meaningful interactions with fewer authors? And this thought came because I was listening to this podcast where it was talking about networking versus connecting. And for a long time, there's been this networking, kind of culture, and now it's shifting to connection, because we realize that we can, I can meet 100 people, or I can meet, 10 authors at a signing and get 10 autographed books. But what did I come away from, meaningful to me? It's probably not a lot. Maybe one or two of them was really meaningful, but what if I actually sat down with one or two authors for a meal and found out what made them tick, and now I'm learning something that maybe changes me, and that's so much more meaningful. So anyway, that's kind of what's on my mind. In in the comments below. Do you like to go to signings? What kinds of interactions do you like? Have you had like really good ones? Have you gone to any where you felt like, I just kind of got rushed through? I got my book signed, but I didn't have anything, truly meaningful come out of it, other than just my moment to gush over an author that I always wanted to meet. So thanks everybody, and I'll talk to you again soon.